The Switch is an iPad with shoulders, and it's kind of lame. I'm sorry. Handheld consoles used to have cool features like Pictochat, Streetpass, and cartridges of SpongeBob running at a crisp 64 pixel resolution that made them unique. They had funky and weird form factors that forced developers to make funky and weird games that you can only truly enjoy on these funky and weird consoles. You ever try playing Mario Party DS with a mouse and keyboard? It's like playing a piano with just your forehead. I'm sure it's possible, you just gotta be a freak to be able to do it. Handheld consoles provide some of the most unique and fun experiences in gaming, but in recent years, they've kind of lost what made them special. I mean, this shit is barely portable anymore. I gotta use a suitcase to take it anywhere. So let's crack open what made these handhelds so special, why we lost these things, and why it truly matters. First of all, handheld consoles used to have small games made by big studios. No diss to indies, I don't mean to commit a gamer sin like using deodorant or not covering your Honda Civic with a bunch of shitty Redbubble anime stickers, but these smaller games were the norm on handheld consoles. In fact, they were the only thing on handheld consoles. Major studios created these fully fledged games that were focused on gameplay, since putting cutscenes and interactive fluff onto a DS cartridge is a little challenging. This is what the DS thought babies looked like. First-party studios, as well as third-party studios, and I guess second-party studios too, pushed the envelope of what was possible on these consoles, and we ended up getting some really interesting games like iCarly 2, I Joined the Clique. The beauty of handheld consoles is much bigger than these small games. It's the small size, which scientists have proved women like more. Don't double check that fact. This small form factor gave these consoles portability. Sorry, my mind is just somewhere else right now. This shit can actually fit in your pocket. I strictly wear skinny jeans and get them 2 sizes too small, so I can't even begin to think about bringing a Nintendo Switch anywhere near my pockets. I used to bring my 3DS to school, and in fact, one time in PE, some kid was all like, why do you have a DS in your pocket, bro? And I was like, it's a 3DS. Welcome to the 21st century, jackass. Unless you're rocking Jinkos or something, you are not fitting your Switch in your pocket. Portability helped the social emphasis of these consoles flourish. Pictochat, Pokemon, Streetpass, Download Play, and more made multiplayer a key feature of these older consoles. Wouldn't it be cool if Instagram had like a Streetpass feature? Like at the end of the day, I'd let you know, hey, when you're at the mall today, you walked by that one chick that went to high school with you that's super into astrology now. Although the Switch does have multiplayer games, it doesn't have all the cool shit that made owning a DS or 3DS special. Download Play allowed you and your friends to mooch off of one person's copy of a game and all play it together in the same room. I remember playing Mario Party and the Kirby Squeak Squad minigames with some of my goons outside, and you know, when I pulled up with the only copy of Mario Party, I suddenly wasn't a reject, loser, waste of space anymore. So all these things made handheld consoles special, but I think the true art of the handheld lies in the unique form factor. Each handheld had something that made it distinct, even to a fault. Just like us humans. This unique quirk bled into every facet of the game design and user experience, reminding you, oh shit, I'm still playing my 3DS, you know, just in case you forgot. We got such unique user interfaces that made each console feel like so much more than an iPad with shoulders. Apps like Pictochat, Flipnote Hatena, and all the weird 3DS software gave you fun experiences without ever having to pop in a game. These programs, coupled with the futuristic UI, made these consoles unforgettable. But we can't forget about the actual games. I know these are game consoles. What made these games so special is that they really leaned into the unconventional design of their consoles. The DS, 3DS, PSP, and all those consoles knew what they were. They didn't have to compromise for the sake of backwards compatibility, hybrid design, or not embarrassing their girlfriend at a party. You can't play Kirby Squeak Squad on modern hardware. Pokemon is so much more enjoyable with 2 screens. Nintendogs and so many other games are forever stuck on the DS, and that's okay. I don't understand this desire to homogenize gaming. I don't want every console to be the exact same. Creating something with a specific medium or audience in mind will always be better than creating something that tries to appeal to everyone, and I think that extends to games and their consoles. I'm going to give you a solid example of what building a game with the console in mind looks like, and you might hate me for it, but Game Freak making Pokemon as the perfect Game Boy game changed the world. It completely upturned the Game Boy's landscape 6 years into its life. This thing was damn near on its deathbed. Can you imagine if a game came out for the Switch in 2023 and became its all-time bestseller? Or if your grandpa created a chart-topping single about your grandma called Geriatric Lovin' at the age of 82. That's basically what Pokemon did for the Game Boy. That's exactly what Pokemon did for the Game Boy. Pokemon could not have existed on a home console in 1996, and if it did, we wouldn't still be playing it today. Ironically, it would have been watered down on a home console. It wouldn't have had trading and battling with your friends or version exclusive Pokemon or all the things that make Pokemon Pokemon. It would have sold way less because buying a calculator in a 1 megabyte game is easier for a kid to do than buying a whole Nintendo 64 and one of its ginormous 64 megabyte games. That's crazy. 64 megabytes? You could download a video of Squidward twerking and it would probably take up that much space on your disc right now. I don't mean to dwell on this one series for so long, but it is such a good example of a game going all in on being a handheld. It evolved in terms of graphics, game design, and features with each console's advancements. Pokemon and so many other handheld games created unprecedented experiences that we hadn't seen up until that point, and really haven't seen since. Yes, it really does suck how inconvenient it is to play these games now, but you wouldn't care about them if they were made to be future-proof. They wouldn't have been as unforgettable. It's obvious compared to the current landscape that we have lost the art of the handheld. Going back to where we started with the smaller games, there's a few reasons why big companies don't make them anymore. First of all, they think every game should be an open world with hyper-realistic back muscles and compelling cutscenes, and they've left this niche for so long that indies have not only filled it, but mastered it. Second, they want to charge you more, and they know people will pay $70 for Baldur's Gate 3, but not Loco Roco 2. And third, they don't need to make small games anymore. Modern consoles can handle all of Sonic and his 3 million polygon feet. I just realized this whole time my fly has been down, so I gotta re-record this whole first half of the video. Funny enough, we lost portability with modern handhelds. Small consoles are hard for us big gamers to play with our big, meaty claws. And a small portable console can't fit all them doohickeys that don't make the games look good. So portable consoles are no longer portable. Ain't that something? Also, us gamers are no longer as social as we used to be, so modern handhelds don't have the social features that made the old ones perfect for sending pictures of wieners and beefing with your boys when they're 3 feet away from you. Almost all multiplayer gaming is done online with people in separate 4chan dungeons. I know I shouldn't love looking at these because they're really sad, but oh my god. Just look at that. How? I think the big reason why older handhelds pushed this social aspect so hard was to get more people to adopt this new technology. Gaming wasn't as normalized as it is now. If you were playing a game in public, it was like the modern equivalent of using the Apple Vision Pro in public, or wearing a Chainsmokers shirt in public. And most importantly, the unique form factors were lost for a few reasons. All handhelds today are also hybrid, so they have to work in handheld mode and TV mode, and this mode that no one used after owning a Switch for more than a year. Any cool feature that wouldn't work when your console is docked is just cut from the game. This is why the Switch and the Steam Deck don't have a sucking mechanism, because I can't think of any other reason why it wouldn't have one. It's crazy that the Switch has a touchscreen because I have never seen a game use it, not even to just press a freaking menu item. Speaking of touchscreens, technology is just very homogenized now. People are used to the iPhone. It's technology's equivalent of everything evolving into a crab. Every device is a black rectangle. People seem to be over all the quirks of Nintendo consoles, and the weird drawbacks of the PSP lines kept it from really hitting massive commercial success. at least for any reasonable amount of time. I like the deck for the touchpads, and I hope Sony and Steam keep upping the funk to keep Nintendo on their toes. I say, bring back the fun designs. I would fuck with a Pear phone. I don't care if I can't use half the screen. I don't need a damn iPhone on my refrigerator. Actually, I do. Let's run up some GTA San Andreas on this bitch. Oh yeah. Now this is gaming. So why does any of this matter? It doesn't really. That's why it's fun to talk about. I'm sorry, Jaden Smith, but I'm not going to talk about the political and economic state of the world right now because it sucks. Not all of us get to be the heir to the Prince of Bel-Air. I think small, big games are important. They're fun and affordable, and they usually tried out funky new things because we got 2 screens. Why not get a little freaky? And not to be a freak, but I miss social gaming. I'm over Mario Party and Mario Kart and Jackbox. I've run dry on poop and cum jokes and other things that I can't mention. I want a small handheld, so it's not a whole thing to remind your friends to bring it. I just want to put it in my pocket and forget about it. It is so hard to coordinate a night where like the Switch is the main event. You have to ask around, okay, who's got extra Joy-Cons? Oh, I only have a Joy-Con, but we can play them sideways to play Smash Bros. No, we're not going to play Smash Bros. With a sideways freaking Joy-Con. And then someone's like, oh, my console is full battery, but oh no, both my Joy-Cons are dead and we can't play them when they're charging. And God, there's just the Joy-Cons are sick. They're awesome, but they are such a freaking pain in the butt. And let's not forget at the end of the night when someone conveniently mistakes your Joy-Cons that don't have Joy-Con drift for their own and takes them home with them. Just saying. The art of handheld consoles matters because gaming is just a little too homogenized now. It's sick. You can play Skyrim thousands of feet in the air now, but that shit is $60 and everyone's already played it. With the Switch, we basically bought a brand new console to play Wii U ports and 360 games and pay original price for them. I know there are hundreds of exclusives and new games on the Switch. You don't need to get your panties in a bunch, but you gotta admit that the Switch has some of the least unique games that Nintendo has released. Yes, there are a lot, and it's great seeing Metroid and Pikmin come back, but in terms of the whole handheld part, it's kind of lackluster. It feels like I'm just playing a Wii U wherever I want. The Switch is cool. I'm not trying to dog on it. I just know it could be better. If consoles are just becoming tablets that play games, why wouldn't I just buy a tablet and run an emulator? If there are no extra hardware or software features, how is this not just an iPad but without the internet browser? Thank you for 7,000 subscribers. That is insane to say. Also, I will stop annoying you with all these thank yous. I'll just hold off until we hit 10K or something bigger. By the time this video comes out, it will be 2025. This year is going to be freaking nuts. Thank you for sticking around, boys. Check out the clothing I made. Check out the music I make. I know it's been a while since I posted anything on there, but I promise you we will be back soon. And thank you for watching.